Hey everyone, Jamie Oliver here. I'm thrilled to share with you one of my all-time favorite recipes. Today we're diving into the vibrant world of Gulf cuisine with a recipe that's close to my heart, meat Maboos. This dish is a staple in many Middle Eastern households and is known for its rich, aromatic flavors that are simply irresistible. This dish is a true celebration of flavor with tender meat simmered in a rich and aromatic tomato-based sauce. The slow cooking process allows the meat to absorb all the wonderful spices and become incredibly tender. Imagine succulent pieces of lamb or beef, infused with the warmth of spices like cumin, coriander, and turmeric. These spices not only add depth to the dish, but also bring a unique warmth that is characteristic of Gulf cuisine. Add a touch of heat from chilies and the tanginess of dried limes, and you've got yourself a culinary masterpiece. The dried limes add a subtle sourness that perfectly balances the richness of the meat and spices. Maboos is traditionally served with fragrant basmati rice, fluffy and perfectly cooked to soak up all those incredible flavors. The rice acts as the perfect canvas, absorbing the rich sauce and enhancing the overall dining experience. It's a dish that's sure to tantalize your taste buds and transport you straight to the heart of the Gulf. The combination of tender meat, aromatic spices, and fluffy rice is simply unbeatable. So, are you ready to embark on this culinary adventure with me? Cooking meat. Maboos is not just about following a recipe, it's about embracing the rich culinary traditions of the Gulf and bringing a piece of that culture into your own kitchen. Let's gather our ingredients and get cooking. We'll start by preparing our spices and marinating the meat, ensuring that every bite is packed with flavor. Then we'll move on to cooking the rice to perfection. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll have a dish that's not only delicious but also a true representation of Gulf cuisine. Before we start cooking, let's round up our ingredients. It's always a good idea to have everything prepared and within reach before you begin. This not only makes the cooking process smoother, but also ensures that you don't miss out on any crucial components. Don't worry, they're all easy to find at your local supermarket. Whether you're a seasoned chef or a beginner, these ingredients are accessible and straightforward to gather. For our meat maboos, you'll need a variety of fresh and aromatic ingredients that will come together to create a delicious and hearty dish. First, 1 kilogram of lamb or beef cut into cubes. The choice between lamb and beef depends on your preference, but both will provide a rich and savory base for our dish. Next, 2 large onions, finely chopped. Onions add a sweet and savory depth to the dish, and 4 large tomatoes chopped. Tomatoes bring a tangy and slightly sweet flavor that balances the richness of the meat. 4 cloves of garlic, minced. Garlic is essential for its pungent and aromatic qualities, enhancing the overall flavor profile. A 1-inch piece of ginger, grated. Ginger adds a warm and spicy note that complements the other ingredients beautifully. 2 to 3 green chilies, slit lengthwise. You can adjust the number of chilies based on your spice preference. They add a nice kick to the dish. 2 to 3 dried limes, pierced. Dried limes impart a unique tangy and slightly bitter flavor that is characteristic of many Middle Eastern dishes. 1 tablespoon of cumin powder. Cumin adds an earthy and warm flavor that is essential for this dish. 1 tablespoon of coriander powder. Coriander brings a citrusy and slightly sweet flavor that pairs well with cumin. 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Turmeric adds a vibrant color and a subtle earthy flavor. 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. This will be used to saute our ingredients and bring everything together. And don't forget salt to taste. Salt enhances all the flavors and brings the dish to life. Finally, fresh coriander leaves for garnish. They add a fresh and vibrant finish to the dish. That, with these simple ingredients, will create a dish bursting with flavor. Each component plays a crucial role in building the layers of taste that make meat maboos so special. Now let's head to the kitchen and get cooking. With everything prepared, we're ready to embark on this culinary journey together. Let's make something delicious. First things first, we need to give our meat some love. Heat the oil in a large pot or Dutch oven over medium heat. Once the oil is hot, add the cubed meat and cook until it's nicely browned on all sides. This will help to seal in the juices and give our maboos a wonderful depth of flavor. While the meat is browning, take a moment to appreciate the aromas filling your kitchen. This is what cooking is all about, creating something delicious and inviting. Now let's add another layer of flavor to our maboos. Add the chopped onions to the pot with the browned meat and cook until they soften and turn translucent. Then it's time for the magic of spices. Add the minced garlic, grated ginger, and green chilies to the pot and cook for a minute or two until fragrant. The key here is to cook the spices for just the right amount of time. We want to release their flavors without burning them, so keep a close eye on the pot and stir frequently. Section 5. The Dance of Tomatoes, creating the base. With our spices now beautifully fragrant, it's time to introduce the tomatoes. Add the chopped tomatoes to the pot and cook them down until they soften and release their juices. This will form the base of our rich and flavorful Maboos sauce. As the tomatoes cook, use the back of a spoon to break them down and create a smoother sauce. Remember, we're going for rustic and hearty, not perfectly smooth. Section 6. Simmering magic, letting the flavors meld. Now comes the part where patience is key. Add the cumin powder, coriander powder, turmeric powder, and salt to the pot. Give everything a good stir to combine all the flavors, then add enough water to cover the meat. Bring the mixture to a boil, then reduce the heat to low, cover the pot and let it simmer for at least 1 to 1.5 hours, or until the meat is tender and falling apart. This slow simmering process is what allows all the flavors to meld together and create something truly special. So relax, pour yourself a glass of something refreshing, and let the Maboos work its magic. Section 7. Rice, the perfect companion. While the Maboos is simmering away, let's talk about the perfect accompaniment rice. For me, nothing beats fluffy, fragrant basmati rice for soaking up all those incredible flavors. Cook your rice according to the package instructions. For an extra touch of flavor, try adding a bay leaf or a couple of cardamom pods to the water while the rice cooks. Section 8. The art of presentation, serving Maboos. Once the meat is tender and the sauce has thickened, it's time to serve up our culinary masterpiece. Gently remove the dried limes from the Maboos. They will have softened considerably, and discard them. Give the Maboos a taste and adjust the seasoning if needed. Spoon a generous portion of rice onto each plate and top with a ladle full of the flavorful Maboos. Garnish with fresh coriander leaves for a pop of color and freshness. Section 9. Maboos Mastery Tips and Tricks. Here are a few extra tips and tricks to help you achieve Maboos perfection. These insights will elevate your cooking and ensure that your Maboos is always a hit. For a richer flavor, try browning the meat in ghee instead of oil. Ghee, which is clarified butter, adds a depth of flavor that oil simply can't match. The nutty aroma and the golden brown crust it creates on the meat will make a noticeable difference in your dish. Feel free to adjust the spice level to your liking. Maboos is a versatile dish and the spice level can be tailored to suit your palate. Whether you prefer a mild aromatic flavor or a fiery kick, the choice is yours. Add more chilies for extra heat or omit them altogether for a milder flavor. Remember, the type of chili you use can also affect the heat level. Experiment with different varieties to find the perfect balance for your taste buds. If you're short on time, you can cook the Maboos in a pressure cooker for about 30 minutes, or until the meat is tender. This method not only saves time, but also helps in infusing the flavors more deeply into the meat, making it succulent and flavorful. Leftover Maboos can be stored in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. Proper storage is key to maintaining the dish's freshness and flavor. Make sure the container is sealed well to prevent any air from getting in. It actually tastes even better the next day. The flavors have more time to meld together, creating a more harmonious and rich taste. When reheating, do it gently to avoid drying out the meat. So there you have it. These tips and tricks will help you master the art of making Maboos. With a little practice and these handy pointers, you'll be able to create a dish that's not only delicious but also memorable. My take on the classic Gulf meat Maboos, a dish that's sure to impress your family and friends. Whether it's a special occasion or a regular family dinner, Maboos is a dish that brings people together. Enjoy the process of cooking and the joy of sharing this wonderful meal with your loved ones. Section 10. Share the flavors of the Gulf. Now that you've mastered the art of making Maboos, it's time to share the flavors of the Gulf with the world. Gather your loved ones, set the table, and enjoy this delicious and aromatic dish together. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel for more delicious recipes from around the world. And be sure to share your Maboos creations with me on social media. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Happy cooking, everyone.